I just bought a 2003 Subaru Impreza WRX, and she's pretty clapped. But I'm gonna fix that. Now I know you're probably thinking, but I thought you wanted to get a clean GD STI, preferably in 05. That is true. Unfortunately, I just could not find one. I searched hard for several weeks, and everything I came across was in really bad condition, and people were asking kind of absurdly delusional prices for a non-running example, and I just was not about that. But don't worry, I haven't given up on finding a really clean GD STI. We'll get one on here eventually. But in the meantime, we've got this 03 Bugeye to rebuild, and I'm super excited about this one. Let's get more acquainted with the new project. So, like I said, 2003. If you really know what you're looking at here with these Bugeyes, you'll probably have already noticed that it does not have the correct bumper. That's actually a wagon bumper. What was really funny is I mentioned that that was the incorrect bumper to the seller, and he had no idea that there was a difference between the sedan and wagon bumpers. He then commented, well, I guess that would explain the poor fitment, and yes sir, it would. Look at that gap right there. It's got some cool guy fog covers though, so potentially those can go on the sedan bumper and maybe we'll reuse them. Engine is for the most part stock. Stock airbox with intake, turbo inlet, even the original downpipe and full exhaust is all stock. It runs, it drives. It got me all the way from Grass Valley to Reno with no issues. That's about an hour and a half away. But it does need a lot of work, guys. But honestly, that just gets me more excited. For me personally, the more clapped, the better, at least to a point. I just like the challenge of it. A couple other notable things is it did come with JDM fenders, so we have the extra side marker over here, although they are missing on this side. Driver's side did come complete with them, so we will be sourcing an extra front marker because I do have the back marker for the side in my stash. It does have some cool guy wheels, not sure what the brand are. They are pretty nice looking though. It looks to me as if they were re-powder coated. I'm curious to see what brand they are once we pull them off. We got an STI wing in the back. It is an authentic one, I believe. It has the light that works, so that's really neat. We'll definitely be saving this piece and making it look brand new again. Both rear quarters are very straight. That was a must for me. I have tried to repair damaged quarters in the past, and it's pretty difficult to make them look correct. And that is just because I am not a bodywork expert. So finding a GD chassis with straight quarter panels was definitely high on my priority list. And thankfully I found a dirt cheap one that didn't have any damage in the back here. There's a slight little spot here, but that I can actually fix, and I am not worried about that one bit. Got some issues back here with fitment on the bumpers, pretty common. When people pull these off, oftentimes they don't really know exactly how to get them off correctly, and so they break the little eyelets inside the bumper there, and then it never really sits flat again. You may have noticed the lack of side skirts as well. It did come with them. I have them stored in my shed right now. They look decent. One of them is a little bit rough, and we're gonna have to do some work on that. Overall though, not too bad. And then as you can see in here, we've also got some random coilovers. I do not know the brand. We'll have to see once we start tearing this thing apart. As you can see, I've already started tearing into stuff in here. And the reason for that is that it came with this cool guy steering wheel. Unfortunately, the previous owner did not have the OEM steering wheel with the airbag, which I was a little bit bummed about. I don't like driving cars around on the road without the airbag. I think it's silly. So I started to tear into it to see exactly what I needed in here. It didn't seem like it had a clock spring because I had to keep turning the blinker off with my hand. It wouldn't automatically switch back off once I straightened the wheel. So I pulled everything out, and then I found this. Wiring was just snipped. Kind of panicked for a minute, and then I realized that this is just the wiring for the clock spring. So it looks like instead of just leaving the clips on there and tucking this wiring back and maybe zip tying it in place so it's tucked away, they decided to just hack into it and just destroying their clock spring. Maybe the clock spring was already broken, so they didn't care. So I was able to source an OEM Momo steering wheel with the airbag, with the wiring, and with the little cruise control lever, with that wiring and everything intact as well. And so that is on its way, and now I just need to source a clock spring. I think I'm gonna go to a local salvage yard and try to find like a used one off of a similar year Impreza, because I've seen people have luck installing those, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a WRX specific. And I believe there's some cross compatibility between different years as well. So everything is pretty standard in the interior. No real like major modifications or anything. Original door cards. It does have this STI shift knob. I'm not sure that that is actual OEM. It looks like it could be a knockoff brand that just stamped the STI logo. Did not come with a stereo. There's a mess of wiring with that, so that's also a little bit unfortunate. This thing's kind of cool. It's just got a boost gauge built into the vent. I've seen pictures of those, never actually seen one in person, but it's kind of neat. I do kind of like it. We'll probably just keep it for nostalgic purposes. It has about 270,000 miles, which is pretty typical for these cars from 2003. Everything's there in the interior. It is in pretty good shape. It's just dirty. Now, I did already find a sedan front bumper, so we got that covered. Now, it's not in the best shape. It's got some gouges out of it in the plastic in areas. Like there's a crack right there, and a lot of like scratch marks down here that are pretty deep, and some gouges right there as well. And then it was missing this piece. However, that one came with one. I have it sitting right here. So let's just see if this thing does actually fit. I think that they're the same. Yeah, sweet. Well, that takes care of one issue. I'm really gonna have to figure out a way to make sure this doesn't fall out though. I'm always a little worried that I'm gonna lose this piece on the road. But yeah, it has seen better days. It's got some weirdness going on here that we'll need to sand out and then fill. Yeah, it's interesting. The guy I bought it off of, he was gonna refinish it and do like a sedan swap front end on his wagon, and then decided against it. And so it ended up with us. But I can work with it. We'll make it look new again, and we'll get rid of that wagon bumper. And what was really great about this car is I got it for $2,800, guys. I feel really good about that price. I think that's a really fair price for what it is. It's a 23-year-old car. It's gonna have little issues that need to be addressed. There's no rust on it that I could find. Obviously, we'll get a better look at it once we start stripping it down and I get it up in the air. But $2,800 to have another project in here that we can just tear into and do whatever I want with it, really, and not feel bad about it because my initial investment is so low. That's what I like about finding these clapped ones, is you don't really have to worry too much about messing things up, because ultimately it was a cheap little shit box. For that price, it also came with a bunch of extra parts. So we have an extra header down here. All of this stuff came with it. Cam gears, filler neck tube, shift knob, TGVs, bypass valve that's super crusty, and I probably won't trust it because look at all that RTV on there. Maybe it's fine, I don't know. Just needs to be cleaned up, possibly. A crusty throttle body, some cylinder heads. Those may not be usable. One of the journals, I think on that one, it has like a massive gouge in it. I'm not sure a machinist could even fix it, to be totally honest with you. Then down here we've got an extra Y pipe, the original TD04 turbo. I'm not sure what he replaced that with. It might be like just an eBay turbo or something. Some camshafts. Those actually look to be in pretty good shape. Coil packs, crossover pipe, another manifold. These are the timing covers that I kept. I did throw away the front center one because it was cracked, and I don't like running cracked timing covers. I don't think it's a good idea. Heat shields, an O2 sensor. That's actually a brand new water pump back there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I do think for $2,800, definitely good price considering everything that came with it as well. Now I'm really eager to start tearing into this thing. Unfortunately, I have another project that I need to put some time into, and that is getting some work done on the truck bed that's been sitting out on my back patio. That's for this 2002 Toyota Tundra that a friend actually gave me this past summer. It had some body damage, but the frame is still straight. It's really old. It's got like 270,000 miles on it. And so she was really having trouble finding someone to do the work on it for a decent price. It just sat on her property for 2 years. And when we went through Colorado this summer to see her, she offered it up to me for free. I went and found a used truck bed and some other parts that it needed. And so I'm slowly refinishing this thing, which I'm pretty excited for because I do need a work truck, and we're also gonna be able to do more on this channel as far as like towing vehicles and stuff. So it's gonna open up some opportunities there. So yeah, unfortunately, I can't tear into this right at the moment. Got to put some time to that because I need that thing out of there because we need that space to do some of the work that we're going to do on this thing. It'll be like a little preview of what's to come for this car because I get to practice more of my bodywork and paint skills. All right guys, so the truck bed is all finished up. It's been sitting in the garage curing for a couple days now. Let me give you a quick close-up of the results. So honestly, I am super happy with how this turned out. This is definitely the best clear I've ever sprayed out. Not like the product, but like my ability to lay it down so flat and get very few mistakes. There's a tiny run right here. I'm not sure if you guys can catch that on the camera, but that, and then there's one back here as well. But other than that, man, there's really nothing wrong with the clear besides, obviously there's gonna be like dust specks in this paint. You can see more of it on the truck bed here. And that's to be expected because I'm not working with a paint booth here, guys. It's just my garage. So that will happen. That stuff, however, it does come out when we cut and polish super easily, and it will look like it was never there. So really, really happy with how it turned out. We'll have to see how close the color match actually is once we get it on the truck. Obviously the doors and stuff on the truck are pretty faded from the sun, so I wouldn't expect it to be a perfect match anyhow. But I am kind of curious to see what it looks like once it's all buttoned up. And yeah, we're not going for show quality here, guys. This is a work truck. I don't want to put so much time, effort, and money into this thing that like, I don't even want to like drive it around because I'm just gonna be like upset if it gets dinged. Like if we were going for show quality, I would have been fixing the dents on this rail here. This is like something that you never even see. It's up against the cab of the truck. And if we put some type of cover over this, that's gonna be hidden. In addition to the rails too, I didn't fix little things like this gouge here because the plastic covers go over this and they actually extend down the bed a little ways here. So yeah, it's not show quality. Wasn't going for show quality. I can't paint show quality anyways, but my skills are definitely improving and I'm pretty stoked to be able to paint something in my own garage that can look like that. Pretty sweet. In other news, my OEM Momo steering wheel showed up, complete with the little wiring harness and obviously the wiring for the cruise control lever here. So before I tear into the Subaru, since we have the Momo steering wheel now, I'm gonna go try to source a clock spring today at the salvage yard. And if I can find one, then I'll probably test it on the car, install the steering wheel just temporarily and see if that airbag light turns off. That way, if the clock spring doesn't work, we can take it back because the salvage yard will let you return stuff within a certain number of days. But that's all I got time for on this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. In the next video, we'll definitely be starting in on the WRX, so stay tuned for that. And until next time, peace out, everybody.